Hey, this is Coffee with Friends, and I am raw to the bone. Happy Monday, y'all. Come on in, come on in. I'm still getting myself together. It was a hectic weekend, but a good weekend. I can't complain. All right. And so, with that, I'm going to start off with the vibes of the day, like I normally do, because you know what I say, it's going to be a what?
Step one, wake up early, gonna rise in the sun.
Step two.
Get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day.
Hey.
Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Set your affirmations.
Come on in, y'all.
I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation.
Good food, good mood.
Blood in circulation. One step
At a time.
Yeah, that's how you make
Hey,
it.
hey,
Set
Chef
a goal,
Neil.
you
Hey,
control
Lady
any
Shay.
steps you take 'em. I try to pick
One goal.
have some concentration.
And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day and call it replication. What? Wake up. Hey, Georgie. Hey, Angel. Hey, wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day.
Get your coffee.
Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day.
Come on.
Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day. Get this message, y'all.
Ups and downs, just like every different season, y'all. Sometimes I'm high,
Other times I'm barely breathing, y'all.
You always gotta fight and hide from the demons, y'all.
Negative thoughts.
are poison they route.
Come on.
Head full of thoughts, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost.
What? So I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive vibes are overtaken.
I got patience.
One day at a time, that's how you operate a cadence. Hey,
You grow, you show yourself a foundation.
stay away from all the shit that causes temptation.
I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration.
Don't expect greatness through my best, man. I'll take it. Hey, come on, y'all. Wake up. Hey, Cheryl. Today's gonna be a hey, wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a
good day.
wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Hey, step two. Right? I say this all the time. Today is gonna be a good day. Right? I try to remind everyone that today and every day is gonna be a good day, even when it's a bad day. Even when it's a bad day, we try to remind ourselves that, there's blessings in our trials and tribulations. I talked about that a little bit, the other day, about being thankful for my trials and tribulations, because without them, I wouldn't be who I am today. Right. And so a lot of times people complain about the bad days. And I know I'm one of those people that do it a lot of times. Right. But at the end, when I come out of that bad experience, right, and it has taught me something, I later on learned to appreciate, the trials that I go through in life. And so when I say it's going to be a good day, even in your bad moments, right, know that you're going to get through it somehow, right? We just got to continue to do the work. All right. So good morning. Happy Monday, y'all. Come on in. Come on in. Hey, Interior Room. Glad to have you. So yesterday, guys, wow. So yesterday was our first book reading and review of It Didn't Start With You. You see how raggedy my book is? I mean, I go through my book, I highlight stuff. I got a lot of stuff in here highlighted. You probably can't see it on the screen, or you can a little bit, but I highlight a lot of stuff in here. And we met yesterday, our book reading. Some people forgot about our book reading yesterday, but that's okay. When I finished the book, what we did was we went through chapters 1 through 4. It Didn't Start With You by Mark Wolan, right? Some of us have the audio book. Some of us just ordered the book not too long ago. Some of us are reading it offline. That may not have joined our reading last night. But I want to say, guys, that I'm impressed with you guys, right? It was about 6 or 7 of us on the reading last night, right? And our staples, Angel was on there, Cheryl Lee was on there, Von Ray was there. There was several people on. Chef Yu was on last night. There was several people on last night to go through the reading of chapters 1 through 4, and it was amazing, right? How many of us highlighted some of the same points in the book. And one of the things that we did last night was not only did we go through what was written in the book, right? We also took some author notes, right? Things that we picked up that the author might not have touched on, right? That's okay, Interior Rule. You missed it, but it'll be another one, right? We'll go through chapters 5 through 8 next time, okay? But chapters 1 through 4, for a lot of us, hey Zen, good morning. Hey Uhu, it was deep. And I was so impressed with the work that you guys did and the notes that you took and how you used what was in chapters 1 through 4 and you applied it to your life to see how it impacted you. I myself have a book here, right, that I keep my notes in, and these are some of my notes from the book, right? And so one of the first chapter that we read, Secret Language of Fear, some of the notes that I took down for myself was your relationship history can determine future relationships, right? Your relationship history can determine future relationships, right? A lot of us come on here and we talk about dating, how unsuccessful we are in the dating arena, and how can we keep picking up trash men or trash women, right? But in the book, they tell you that your relationship history can determine future relationships, right? And the author references broken relationships with parents, right? There are a population of people that think, right, that they can navigate through their life in a healthy way when they disconnected from their parents and don't have a relationship with their parents, right? I used to be one of those people, right? But when I look back and how my life changed when I mended the relationship with my parents, how it was able to help me move towards mending relationships within myself, or, resolving my own internal issues, right? And so it does make a big difference. There are a lot of people who do not have a relationship with their parents. And should that be a red flag, right? So when we meet people and we're dating, should that be one of the concerns? We ask people if they have a relationship with their parents. And if they say no, then you want to kind of deep dive as to why not. It almost reminds me, Angel, of when, the guy that you were dating and, the ghoster, right? And how it all makes sense, right? How he doesn't have a relationship with his family, right? So you almost wonder what is deep and dark in there, like what's going on in there. How could he have a successful relationship with anyone in life, including himself, if he leaves the door open to unresolved issues with his parents? And some people think it's okay to do that, but in this book they say no. It haunts us in how we move forward in our future relationships, even in our friendships, right? Okay. And so, I wrote down my relation to this, right? And I put angry and distant from both parents. This is how this related to me. I was angry and distant from both of my parents at one time. I never connected with anyone where love existed. Like, I remember being in my first marriage and my girlfriend said to me, "Do you love him?" And I was like, I'm not sure. Right? Isn't that crazy? Like, when I broke up with my first husband, it hurt, but I don't know why it hurt. I think it was because I felt more like a failure. I should have had a successful marriage more than the love that I had for him, right? It was really weird. It was really weird. I didn't connect with him through love, I don't think. I connected with him just because it's a relationship, right? And so, and I also put a relation to this was and is able to disconnect from people easily. Like, when I walked away from my first husband, I was like, bye. Only one man in my life got me back 50, 11 times, right? And that was during my healing period. And, I was in a different headspace. But in the beginning, right, I would walk away from you like and deuces and feel nothing. Nothing. This was all during the time that I didn't have a relationship with my parents. I vowed to be more better than my parents, yet I still felt like a failure. One of the things that I always vowed growing up is I'm going to be better than my parents. I'm not going to be like them. And this is all the things we talked about in our book review reading yesterday, but I'm just recapping for those that missed it, right? And I said that. I used to always say, I'm gonna be better than my parents. I'm not gonna be like them, right? But even in me trying to be better, going to school, finishing school, having a good job, not living in the hood, everything that I did, I still felt internally that I was a failure, right? And so one of the things that I recognized is once I rebuilt the relationship with my mother and my father. Now, all of this was not lining up where I said to myself, oh, I need to repair my relationship. No, it just so happened. But when I reflected back across the years about how my life changed over a period of time, when I rebuilt my relationship with my mother and my father, and I accepted them for who they are, not what I needed from them, right? I accepted them for who they are, right? But I was angry with them for years because I felt like they wasn't giving me what I needed. But what I had to learn was they didn't get what they needed, right? And so this is where the generational trauma continues to pass down. Sometimes we have to stop in our tracks and look at people and love them for who they are. Right. And not necessarily what they can give you, but sometimes we have to love them where they are at and accept that and move on. And that's how we start to break the generational curses, right? And once I did that, that opened up the door to me being more affectionate to my son, building a better relationship with my son, right? So it was all a domino effect. And then I realized that I started loving myself more. So I just want to say, reading this book has been, interesting at best, right? And it has made me tap into some things about myself, right? And about my life, right? And how I want to move forward. And so it's a great book. One of our feedbacks so far is that the book is very technical, so it takes us a while to read through it. It's textbook written. And so, we need more layman's terms. They have some of us pulling out dictionaries. I don't pull out no damn dictionary. I keep reading and try to figure out what the fucking word means. I'm just being honest. Right? But it is written kind of technical, so it's taken us longer to read. That's why I'm so glad that we decided to go through it in pieces. So far, we have reviewed chapters 1 through 4, right? And the whole goal is to make sure that you are writing notes that apply to you from the book, right? So that later on, right, you can go back and you can reflect on these notes and remind yourself of what you learned from reading this book. Okay. All right. So that is my tidbit on the book reading. It was on Discord, and it was a success. Everyone liked the video, the sound. Everything was perfect. It was great, right? So, well, it's better than Zoom because on Discord we have the different channels, we have the different voice channels specific to what we are discussing. So last night's reading was on voice channel reading with friends. So Zen did the damn thing with setting that up. And I love that. All right. And so I wanted to share what we talked about in chapters 1 through 4. Anybody else want to recap what happened for those that might have missed last night's reading? If anybody wants to recap, I'm going to put the guest link up there in case anybody wants to recap or in case anybody has a question. Good morning, Brandilla, on the recap of last night. Okay. The other thing that I learned is that other people, like I have people in my life, right, who let me look for the exact phrase because we talked about it in depth last night. Traumatic imprints, right? It's called epigenetic, right? when you see similarity in a person, but their parents died before they knew them. That remind me of my son. Like, I feel like you don't even know your dad, but you have similar, personality like your dad. They call that traumatic imprint, right? There's a lot to learn in this book. All right. Then there's another thing that talks about unconsciously reacting. Things that echo the past. Traumatic reenactment. That was a big one for me. Things that echo your past. You know when people say things to you and it triggers you, and it might not, and the person might not understand how those 3 4 5 words that they might have said to you have affected you. It's called traumatic reenactment. Repetition compulsion, an attempt to correct unresolved issues. We're reacting to something that is a trauma. It's an unconscious reaction to something that reminds us of things that happened to us in the past. And I have people in my life that have this, right? Like, you don't even know you did anything to them. You might say something or do something or hurt them in a way, not on purpose, right? But they lash out at you, and they are hurt by it, and you don't understand why they're hurt. Sometimes it's bigger than you. Sometimes it's bigger than you. People have traumatic reenactment, unconsciously reacting to things that are familiar from their past. Okay. So this is why I say give motherfuckers grace. Because there's a lot of people out here doing shit and acting out on stuff, and they don't even know why. I am Jacinta. Don't worry, boo. There'll be more. Continue reading the book, right? One of the things is starting with chapter 5. Now the book is going to get into giving us exercises that we are actually going to be doing, right? So the book says keep a pen and paper next to you, because starting in chapter 5, there's going to be some exercises. So I'm excited about getting into chapter 5 through 8. And I'm hoping that we'll be able to do the next book reading in January at some point, right? So we'll go through the whole month, the rest of the month of December. We'll go through, most of January, and probably like the end of January, we'll do another reading on chapters 5 through 8. Okay. Hopefully, others that wasn't able to join this time will be able to join the next time. And with that being said, make sure you are going to the link in my bio and you are clicking the Discord link, all right, so that you can join the chat, so that you can join the Coffee with Friends Discord server, right? Everything is there, y'all, right? And so we communicate on there all throughout the day and all throughout the damn night, believe it or not. Okay. Hey, Ghost, good morning. All right. And so with that, I'm going to read today's inspirational reading from Ayan Lavanzan, because December is the month of peace, right? And so today is December 12th. I will know peace when I seek consolation from the right source. This was a good one. I've read it before I jumped on the show. There are some things that you need only discuss with God, if you believe in that, right? It is not necessary for you to let everyone know everything about you. In fact, it is probably wise that you don't. There are some things that do not need to be exposed to the views and opinions of other people. Are y'all listening to this? There are some things that do not need to be exposed to the views and opinions of other people. There are some things that people cannot help you figure out or resolve. You know how sometimes we rely on other people. We tell them our problems and we looking for them to give us advice. It's not for them to resolve, right? There are some aspects of your personality that you should not reveal to people. Not because you want to hide them, but because they need healing. People cannot heal you. Only God can do that, if you believe that, right? Or whatever it is you believe, right? There are some places in your life that are such a mess that you cannot risk someone stepping in and making things any more difficult than they already are. Because not everyone's going to understand your journey. And also, human nature is people give you advice and perspective based on what they would or would not do, right? Oftentimes forgetting that we're all different, right? And sometimes we try to implement or try to put our way of thinking or executing onto the next person. When we have to remember that we're all different, right? Okay? There are things about you and about your life for which you do not need counseling. Mm. These are things about which you need divine counsel. Sit with yourself and meditate. If you don't believe in God, sit with yourself and meditate, right? If you believe in the African, if African spirituality, burn some candles and do that, right? Everything is not for everybody's ears, right? Because you tell a friend and then they'll come back with something and you might not like their advice, or they might come back, with less care with the advice that they give you, and it might trigger you. Not everything is for everybody to counsel you on. You know exactly what they are. Take these things into the sanctuary of your heart and ask God to show you what to do, if that's what you believe. Until today, you may have been telling other people things about yourself in your life that you need only share with God or yourself or whatever. Just for today, go into your sanctuary for divine counsel. Sit with yourself. Go through the things that you're feeling. Sit with yourself. Today, I am devoted to receiving counseling from the divine about certain areas of my life. I have fallen victim to telling people my business, right? I tell y'all my business all the time. Hey, Lulu Bells, I tell y'all my business all the time. But you know how you sit and you tell you talking to a friend and you tell them, your business or how you feeling about certain things or whatever, and you might get a response like, "Oh my God, that sounds so stupid," or "Oh my God, you really doing that," or "Oh my God," like telling somebody your business can really trigger you depending on their response, right? They're not They can't counsel us, guys, right? Some shit is not for you to just disclose to everybody and anybody, right? Keep some of that shit to yourself and sit with yourself. Meditate, think on that shit, because people, we are human. We will try to push our way onto you. One of the most popular things we do is, "Oh my God, I wouldn't have did that." How many of you have heard that phrase? You tell your friends some shit that's going on in your life and they turn around and go, "Oh my God, I wouldn't have did that. I can't believe you did that. I wouldn't have handled it that way. I would have handled it this way." Do you think that makes your friend feel good? I'm asking. Hey, Madison 1228, when someone goes, "Oh my God, I wouldn't have did that. I would have did this." How does that make you feel when somebody says that to you? I'm going to tell y'all how it make me feel. But how does it make you feel when someone turns around and they say, "I wouldn't have did it like that. I'd have did it this way"? I know it make me feel stupid sometimes. I'd be like, "What? Like, are you saying I did it wrong? Like, I should have did it that way, whatever." I think sometimes that's an insensitive response, because we have to remember that you and I are not the same. Right? So when motherfuckers turn around and be like, "Oh my God, I wouldn't have did it that way." Why would you do it that way? I kind of look at the person and go, "Cause I'm the fuck me." Like, what do you mean? Right? It's insensitive, y'all. That's my opinion. I feel it's insensitive. Interior said, or when someone says you better than me, that damn it, that's another one.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Because you should mind your business, Siri. Siri just be popping on for no reason. Right. That's another one. When someone says you better than me, what is that? What does that statement mean? When you telling somebody your problems, because the book said you shouldn't tell everybody your business, because when they come out with responses like, "You're better than me," what the hell does that mean? What the hell does that mean? You better than me. It's offensive. That's not a response that your friend wants to hear when they are spilling their guts and they're telling you about a problem. They don't want to hear, "You're better than me," or "I wouldn't have did that." And we're all guilty of it. but we're talking about it out loud. So now we should be conscious of the way we react to other people, and try not to do the "you are better than me" or "I wouldn't have did that. I would have did it this way." Right? This is why it's risky when you tell your business to other people, because that could trigger me. I am Jacinta said, "Brah, I had this happen to me. I can't trust them." So you, so what happened? I am Jacinta. I love it when I bring up an example on here and someone says that example happened to them, because they're able to give us exactly, what the experience was for them. What happened? I am Jacinta. What happened that is similar to this situation that we're talking about? I'm asking. This is us trying to do better and grow, right? And being and giving each other grace and understanding that we're all different. I say it all the time on here, but yet we get caught in those statements. You're better than me. And this is why it says, don't tell everybody, the things that you're going through, because, you know, they're not going to be so understanding. Everybody is not there to counsel you. Sometimes you're going to get those responses. You're better than me. I wouldn't have did that. Oh, that sounds stupid. Oh my God, you're still going through that. Why don't you just walk away? People don't understand that everybody is different. And it's very unkind when you look at the next person and you say stuff like, "You're better than me." "Oh, I wouldn't have did that." "Oh, why would you do something like that?" I have felt pretty stupid a couple of times. And I'm like, these are my friends. Like, why would they? The fuck? You know? Good morning, Theo. I am Jacinta said, "I was moving from Texas to Seattle because my husband got a new job. I had a friend say, 'You better than me.' When they said that, I paused and immediately changed the subject. I told my husband when." Oh, okay. I am Jacinta is still going. All right. Woo. So I am Jacinta. So you told your friend you were moving from Texas to Seattle, and they said, "You better than me." What does that statement mean to y'all? What does that statement mean to y'all? You better than me. Zen said, "Nah, I don't let people tell me how they would have done it or whatever. My default response is, 'Bitch, how is this about you?'" Oh, that part. Were you there? No, shut up then. That part. How is this about you? Yes, Zen, yes. So when somebody says you are better than me, or when somebody says I wouldn't have did that, I would have did this, they made it about them. They made it about them. I love that response, Zen. You said you do not. You're like, how is this about you? Didn't we talk about this the other day and we said this is why motherfuckers go to counseling, need therapy, go to therapy? I shared that list. And one of the things it said is to avoid another person making it the fuck about them. Because when you tell somebody something, they be like, "I wouldn't have did that. I'd have did this." And it'll turn into what they would have did. Right? And it removed all premise of what you were discussing initially. Mm. How do you address friends like that? Zen is the only one on here that said, "This is how the fuck I responded," right? I am Jacinta. Your defense mechanism was to change the subject, right? And that probably would have been mine too. But I like the "bitch, shut the fuck up" response better. But we're trying to do better. We're trying to be nicer. So, changing the subject, I might have did that. But we need to call people out and let them know in the middle of a conversation when somebody does that to you, let them know that that doesn't make you feel good. Right? And some people will be like, "Well, I didn't want to make you feel bad, but I wouldn't have did that." They're not going to care. That doesn't make you feel good. Right? But this is when I say, this is how I know when people are open to healthy communication, healthy dialogue, and moving away from the toxic. All right. So if you have a friend that you say to them, "That statement don't make me feel good." Okay. That sound negative. Are you calling me stupid? And they just continue to go down that negative route. You got to ask yourself, Why you keep telling them your business? Why you keep telling them your business? Just some food for damn thought from Ayanla. All right? People, stop saying you are better than me. Stop saying I wouldn't have done that. Right? Because you're not me and I'm not you. And you weren't there, like Zen said. Right? I remember when hey Zen, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
I remember when I got, and I mentioned this before, molested. And I remember before I got molested, I used to talk about how I'm gonna fuck somebody up if they come in the house trying to touch me. I'm gonna stab them. I'm gonna do all this karate chopping shit like Kung Fu Panda and all kind of shit, right? When I opened my eyes and that motherfucker had his hands down my pants, I couldn't do none of that shit. Right? I just looked the fuck around like, what? Like this nigga got his hand in my pants. Right? And everything that I thought I was gonna do, I didn't do. So that's why when people say you are better than me and I wouldn't have did this and I wouldn't have did that, I'll be like, motherfucker, please. Okay, because as many times as I said that shit, okay, and when I'm in a situation, the same way on that train when that motherfucker stood in front of my face holding on to the rail talking about somebody better mind their business, and he was in my face like this because I saw him pickpocket somebody's wallet on the 5 train. The me in the conversation with my friends was like, I kick somebody's ass if they come in my face. Fuck them. I'ma cuss them out. When that motherfucker got up in my face talking about somebody better mind their business, I was 2 seconds from pee in my pants. What y'all talking about? So this is what I say when people go, "You are better than me." I'll be like, "Please, you wasn't in the situation. How the fuck you know how you gonna react?" That's not a good comment. That's not. That's offensive to me. You know. So when people say that to you, Zen, and you tell them shut the fuck up, what is their response? I mean, my
Usually it's like the jaw drops, but it's I have to clarify too and kind of like give context.
yes,
People that have and this it's something that you read in that reading,
yeah,
about not telling your business.
yep,
So people that have ADHD have a tendency to be very anxious, and with that anxiousness they are they want to like blurt things out. They just want to get things out, or they just tell way too much, go into way too much detail, and
okay,
usually it involves their own life, right?
mm-hmm,
So it's not that those type of people, so neurotypical people that don't have any kind of neuro issue will, can hold off or not tell everybody everything.
mm-hmm,
But some people just can't help it, right? So
mm-hmm.
that's one.
That's a good point.
But but it is like when people are sharing too much and it looks like they may not know that they're doing it, or they may not understand what they're doing. If you're going to be a good friend, tell them, you know what, let's shelve this for now. I just want to make sure that you're okay.
Mm,
Just care for them because they may not be within their own faculty, right? To understand what's going on.
I love that.
So give them grace, right? You
Yeah.
have to, be patient with them. But at the same time, when you have people that do come back and they do respond with, well, if I were in that situation, well, you weren't. Were you?
The
You
fuck?
weren't there. Where were you when I needed you then?
The fuck?
Right? So I will come at them, but I'll be like, listen, this is not about you. I'm telling you what happened to me. I understand if you want to say to me, oh, well, what were the circumstances? Did you, happen to think about this or anything like that? And if you're asking them what was kind of going on through their head, or what was in this, what were the circumstances of the situation, that's different. You're caring for them. You're giving them an outlet to, to kind of get the information out and be able to construct for you
Mhm.
what actually happened. So
Right.
that way they're able to say, to either empathize with you, sympathize with you, whatever,
Yeah.
and make sure that you're in a safe space.
Mhm.
As people, we're not all like that.
No.
But try to be. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And I try to be.
Yeah.
It's not always successful, but I do try,
Yeah.
so that's all I just wanted to clarify.
I love that. Hey, Johnny Leon Hill. I didn't miss you. It was just we were so in deep topic. Glad you joined. I am Jacinta said, I got back home. Then he told me, look at the type of friend you told. It was one that was living a regular ass life. She was a friend that didn't have big dreams, so she didn't understand where we were trying to go in life. All
Mm,
he heard was that I was moving because of my husband. I
mm,
just know some people can't handle your big news. I want more for my life. I don't want the traditional life. Good morning, Pat. Some people can't handle your big news.
yeah,
Wow.
that's some stuff.
Wow, you have to you have to question. It's like you kind of know when those type of people, you're surrounded by those type of people, right? You ever told somebody something and they act like they didn't hear it, or they change the subject or whatever because they don't want to celebrate your news. It's not big news for them. Or maybe they're a little bit jealous. A lot of times we have people in our circle that is like that. They're not living the life that they necessarily want to live. So when you share some exciting news with them, they'll brush your news off because it triggers, it reminds them where they are in their life, right?
Mm,
And maybe they're not as ambitious. I felt like my ex was like that. I felt like I'm so I'm like popcorn. I'm like Colonel for real. Like I literally pop around, right? And so I'm very active. I have the podcast, I have the body butter business, I work, I do a lot of shit, right? And so he sees that I'm still like my motors are still going. And I think, when some people get into their life and they're starting to calm down, they're starting to look towards retirement and relax, that type of person might look at me and go, "Oh my God, like, can you sit the fuck down? Like, I'm not excited for all your adventures because I want you to sit down." Right.
mm,
And I felt like he wasn't as ambitious as I was. And some people like that, he never really cared about my big news. Right. If I come to him and be like, "Oh my God, guess what happened on my podcast today?" It was like your friend, I am Jacinta. It was like brushed off with some kind of passive remarks, right? Like it was nothing, right? And I realized that that was a person that I couldn't share some of my joy with. Everybody in your life is not there for you to share your joys and your pains with. I'm just saying you got to figure out who those people are in your life, right? Um I am just to say, get married, have kids, work a regular ass job. Nah, that's not my vision God gave me. She couldn't understand why I wanted to be different. I only talked to her about surface level stuff, nothing deep, because that response was the last time she's going to try to size me. So when you don't talk to anybody when you don't talk deep and you know that you can't talk to this person deeply, how do you call this person your friend? Good morning, D.
Hey guys, I had to jump up on.
Yes. Come through.
No, I feel like people will size you up. Meet someone. What's the first thing they say? What do you do for a living? Right. That's the first. They're sizing you up, and sometimes your friends they size you up. Like you, you don't have my vision. You don't have the same vision, so you wouldn't understand. But for you to say that, that means that you can't understand. You can't understand where I'm trying to go.
Exactly.
So how can you help me? How
Yeah.
can you're over here living the American dream, getting married, having kids, working around, just enjoying the standard life. And that's okay if anybody wants to do that. That's okay. It's like my dreams are bigger than yours. And I want to go be known for someone's wife, someone's mother. Like I want to be known for what I want to be known for, what I want to be. And sometimes you have to question your friends. Like I was so distraught. Like I can't believe she said that. I just really can't believe she said,
Yeah.
oh my God. Okay, so basically the situation was my husband had got a big promotion to corporate office in Seattle. So I didn't really want to leave because I want to leave. So that was like my whole issue
You
with,
were torn.
going to. So so I was, kind of hesitant of leaving. So I needed that to tell me like everything is going to be okay, even if you don't like it. This is only temporarily. She wasn't anything like that. She actually made it about her, and I'm like, you know what? You understand where we're trying to go.
Yeah.
But the whole thing, I wasn't looking for that because you already knew that I was hesitant of moving. So it was getting walked on. You're letting your husband do this, you're letting your husband do that. But it was more so like, if I get there and I don't like it, then okay, you be the friend that calls me and check on me. And that gives me extra motivation. But you wasn't that. And I feel like I can't move anything deep because you've already shown me the capacity that you're able to.
Yes. And you know what? I want to pause there for a minute because, this is so funny. Because didn't years ago the woman always moves with her man? Like we talk about, we want our men to provide for us, right? And care for us. And then when we get the man who got the money and who gets the promotion, I'd be like, bitch, I'm moving to San Diego, pack your shit. Then our friends are like, oh my God, you're doing what your husband do. Bitch, isn't that what we supposed to do? This motherfucker is providing for me. He's my husband. I don't give a fuck if he said he was moving to Alaska. He making the money. I'm the fuck going with him. Who the fuck don't want to come visit me? Too the fuck bad. Because this is what we ask for, men to provide and protect for us. But yet when we get one, our girlfriends look at us side eye and be like, oh, you want to do everything your man say. Yeah, don't be mad at me because I got a man protecting and providing for me. Right? But the other thing that I want to say is what we need to be careful of, and I'm not coming down on you, D, is never say your dreams are bigger than the next person, right? Because Right. You know what I mean? Because her dream is her dream. She want the picket fence and be here. That's her business, right? And she shouldn't shit on your dream if you decide you want to state hop with your husband who is providing and taking care of you, right? And this is where I say people project their own life onto each other and they make it about them because you decided to stay here and be in the picket fence and I'm getting ready to up and move based on my husband's career. Neither one of those dreams are wrong, right? Right? You know what I'm saying? But we should be big enough to support each other's dreams, whatever they are.
That's key right there. That is key right there. What you just said. Support is so key. Right. And then, hey, D, because you're adorable. First of all, let's start with that. And then second of all, let me just say, because there's one thing that you said about oh shit, now I just lost it.
Get it back.
I got lost when I said she was adorable, and then it just kind of went from there.
Lost her beauty.
Anyway, all this beauty. I better close my eyes. Anyway, but yeah, let's go
welcome, Interior.
So about the support. Support is so important because support goes many ways, right? To be supportive as a friend, which this person should have been to you, is one thing. But to support as a spouse is another, right? Because that is a job. Right? So if someone were to say to me, this was the comment that you made. You said, when people try to size you up by asking you what you do for a living, that's not what I do. I'll ask you because it's just, I want to know about you, right? Your job doesn't define you. But it may be something I've never heard of, or it may be some interesting fact of you. But if you were to tell me, well, I moved to Texas with my husband or whatever, and, I take care of the house, but I'm helping to support him be successful, is equally as important.
Exactly.
As me being successful. Because if you're successful, I'm successful. We're all successful together. And if you don't understand that, that's fine. Go do you, boo. I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
So just know support is a job,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I, in my work, am considered support.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I work for a company, I'm still in a support role. It don't matter who's giving you a paycheck. You're still in the business. That's
Yep.
it.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. And so I mean, again, can't tell everybody your business, and you got to watch out for those that go, "You're better than me," because that's not very supportive,
Mm-mm.
right? And I think a lot of us many of us don't understand the level of support. So Interior Root said, I have to read IGs from my phone. I went to a conference where she pointed out, stop minimizing what other dreams are, even if they don't match what you think is big or worthy of going after. We each individually have goals we set for ourselves. Absolutely. That is absolutely true. We do. Right. And so no one should minimize what the next person is doing. Right. But, again, that comes with a level of support. And what we find is that the people that we call our friends and we think are our biggest supporters, they're not.
Mm-mm.
I
Or
mean, I'm
family.
sorry to say that.
Or family.
Or family. Right. They're
Sure.
not.
This is what I don't understand is a complete stranger can you ever need. And you have friends that you've known forever. You've had family that you've known forever, and they don't know how to show up. So, I mean, everyone.
Yeah.
Do
Again,
they know how to show up for you?
that's what yep. Go there.
Yeah.
Zach.
Do you tell them how to show up for you?
Mm-hmm.
And that's just as important because that's all about communication. It's a
That's a good
two-way
question.
street, right? You step on me first. Okay, fine. I got you, right? We've never been here before. This is a new uncharted water for us. Let me tell you what I need or how I need you to be there for me. And then if they continue to not do that, well, then you know where to go. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But they have to know. You can't expect people to just understand or kind of infer like, oh, this is what she needs based on what you're saying. You need to tell them this is what I need from you.
I love that because I cut so many motherfuckers off without telling them shit. But I love that.
And
No,
they didn't know why.
For real
But we
though.
talk about
Because
that, right? We talk about that. People ghost you. You don't know why.
Right.
I'm just the fuck
I'm
saying.
just saying,
I will
full
fucking cut you off.
circle.
Listen, I have a cousin, okay? And this is how real I fucking am, right? She watches my stories on a regular basis, right? But she and I don't talk. Okay, but she watched my stories on a regular basis. And the last draw for me was when I went on a cruise. My mother gave herself a 70th birthday cruise, and I had gotten laid off of Morgan Stanley at the time. And so I couldn't really afford the expense of going on this cruise, okay, when it came up. And so my mother said, well, all right. They kept planning the cruise or whatever. And she winded up in the room with my cousin. And then my mother was like, wait, but if you're a third person in our room, all you have to pay is the taxes. So why don't you just come in the room? I want you here for my birthday so you can stay in the room with me and your cousin. Do you know my cousin said no? This is my mother's 70th birthday cruise, right? And I was laid off of work, right? And could not afford to go on this cruise at the time because I had been out of work for a period of time. So I was already dipping into my monies, right? And I was like, I'm not going to take $2,000 and just go on a cruise, right? And so she said, no, I couldn't come in her room. And I said, look at this shit the fuck here. Right now, I know she watched my stories every day because I see her name pop up, and she probably watched my podcast. And I want to say you fucked up for that, and I ain't never gonna forget that shit. You ghetto. It's real fucking ghetto how family do you, and I never forgave her for that. My mother is 76. This is 6 years ago. I never forgave her for that, and I ultimately did go on a cruise because my other aunt, when she realized I wasn't going, my aunt pulled herself out of the room with her kids, and she booked a room and paid for me to go on a cruise and sleep in a room with her. And I was on that cruise with my cousin the whole time, and I didn't speak to her ass because I was like, how could your family do that to you? Like, you know, the fuck I do to you that I can't stay in the room with y'all. You said blatantly no, that I couldn't stay in the room with y'all. That's just fucking mean. So what I'm saying, family, friends, you know, just because these people are in your life, first of all, I ain't picked them motherfuckers. They were picked for me, right? That's a family that was picked for me. I didn't give birth to them. I didn't choose them as my friend, right? I was born and they were my cousins. And I'm just saying, all right? So, you know, family can be fucked up. And I'm that person that will call out fucked up people. Just is, right? And she watched my story today, hi boo, right? But you fucked up for that. And this is what I mean. You need to get this book, girl. It didn't start with you. You got some trauma. Right? So this is why, you know, just because people are in your life, family and friends, don't mean that they mean well for you.
Yeah.
So when you say you have family and friends in your life and you expect this from them and you expect that from them, they just people, you didn't choose them. Right? And like Zen said, I wasn't big enough to say this is how the fuck I need you to treat me, because at that point I was ready to fight and cut people. I wasn't in the mood for this is how you need to treat me. But that's a good comeback, because some people just don't fucking know. You got to be able to say, listen, this shit I'm not doing. I'm about to kick your ass. I need you to do this.
Yeah.
You know?
And sometimes family's more treacherous than the people you don't know.
Woo!
Because they know you. They know your buttons, right? And they can use them at will.
Yeah.
So,
and they do.
You gotta watch out for that too.
Yep. But some of them do. Johnny said familiarity breeds contempt. Sometimes the people who are closest to you expect you to be who you have always been. And when you step outside of who they, baby, fuck this whole podcast. We gonna shut this shit right there. Johnny.
No.
Johnny.
What the?
Dropping gems over here.
What the heck?
That's it.
Wait, IG. I'm about to fall out my seat trying to read IG. IG, y'all still here? Y'all here with Johnny Leon Hill? He said oh my God, they don't know how to categorize you in their heads. So they look at different as you being brand new. I'm going through this right now. They look at you being different as you being brand new. You have the right to change, grow, and be who you need to be for you, baby. Tell your wife to tongue kiss you today, Johnny Leon Hill, because you deserve all that tongue. Damn it.
Yes.
Oh my, thank you. Oh my God. I just did a slow walk video that I put out there to that same shit, talking about I'm not acting brand new. I have a right to change. I just did that shit because there are people in my life that always hold me to the mat to be the same. I'm never going to be the same. I'm always going to be crazy. I'm always going to be loud. I'm always going to be like Colonel, popping all around. But how I navigate through my life is going to look different as I grow and as I heal, right? And a lot of people, when they see the changes in me, the first thing they say is, oh my God, you're acting fucking brand new. And my response now is, thank you, boo, because then that means it's the fuck working. We should not be, it's not a curse to be brand new. If somebody tells you you're acting brand new, take it as a compliment. Because why the fuck you still want to be walking around in your old ass toxic ways?
Right.
And sometimes acting brand new finds you hanging out with brand new, doing brand new things, being in brand new spaces. And they can't deal with that either, because now everything in your world looks different. So they look at you and go, oh, they acting brand new. No, they just tired of being in the same toxic shit. Johnny, that was a Christmas gift. We just unwrapped some shit here today. We did. Okay, you done had me putting fingers all through my hair. Oh, y'all, Ginger is in the mail. She's being delivered today. Y'all know who Ginger is, right? That's my hair. So when I put my weave back in and I'm Ginger in the next 2 weeks, y'all know she's back.
Okay.
From where? Where did she go?
I had to order that motherfucker from China. You know, this the thing. You know,
She wanted some Chinese food, so she had to go over to China. Is that what you're saying?
listen, I'm just the fuck saying. She's coming from China. You know, for years, I thought this company was black owned. I've been ordering hair from this company for years, and I'm even on their customer review page with the hair in my head and everything. The best black texture hair I have ever found. And one day I was like, let me look up these motherfuckers and see, because just because they from China, is shipping from China don't mean it's not black owned. They could be using Chinese manufacturer. No, these motherfuckers are Chinga Chong China. And I love them because they make the best black hair. They do. Hergivenhair.com. I love them. They do. So my hair will be here today. I'm just saying. I love y'all, hergivenhair.com. I do. I just want to say that. But anyway, I'm just saying she's going to be back in a week or two. She is. All right. But is IG saying anything or they quiet? That was too funny, Zen. Where did she go? Oh! Where did she go, Zen?
She wanted some Chinese food.
So where'd she go?
She went to China.
She went to China.
Now she coming back on the boat.
Yep.
You know, she's taking a slow ride back.
Yep. All right. So y'all, I have a question before we end the show, right? What do y'all think about the and I've been trying to mind my business, but I really can't. Good Morning America, right? You know the couple, the co-workers that had the affair on Good Morning America, the black guy and the white lady. Y'all know about that, right? Well, oh, you don't know Good Morning America? Well, they had this big affair and they were outside. So I tell people all the time, when y'all are cheating on y'all spouses, right? Why y'all go outside and do it? Like y'all holding hands in public, feeling each other's asses outside. Why are y'all outside cheating? And knowing that you're public figures. But the thing that got me was they both got suspended, right, from the job. But she got her job back and they fired his ass. Why they fired a black guy? Why they? Yes, TJ Holmes. Thank you, your average logical thinker. TJ Holmes is a popular public figure. Why did they fire TJ Holmes but give her job back? It's a message, y'all. I keep telling these motherfuckers, y'all keep going to these jobs, messing with these women. Okay. Same thing happened with Nia Long's coach boyfriend. They ain't dragged the women through the mud, but they fired his ass, right? You guys gotta stop it. The message is on the wall. TJ Holmes has been fired, but she has been reinstated on her job. And that just makes me shake my head. Let y'all know. You know, stop cheating outside. The fuck? Stop cheating, period. But we know that ain't gonna happen. But stop cheating the fuck outside. Wait, your average logical thinker says you know the reason. What's the reason? Who's gonna be brave enough to say the reason? Anybody gonna be brave enough to say the reason? I don't think y'all are. But anyway, listen, we got 2 trips coming up, y'all. All right. So the next couple of weeks is gonna be busy for me because the first thing I gotta do is make sure that I got the NOLA trip locked down for myself. I know a couple of people have already booked their NOLA trip. Don't worry, I'm gonna be there. All right. The Cancun soiree. Some of y'all already put your deposits down. I'm so excited about the Cancun soiree, right? And so there's a lot of things that I want to do. The Cancun soiree in particular, I want to put together a series of events. I'm going to have to see if the resort will let me use like their conference center because I still want to be able to do coffee with friends at 8 o'clock in the morning and go live with the people that are there. Right. And have a conversation while we're on vacation.
Won't that be early though?
Say again?
Won't that be really early?
What, from Mexico?
Yeah.
What are they, an hour?
I don't know.
I think they're only an hour difference, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not much, right? So if it's an hour difference, I'll do it at 9 o'clock, whatever the time is. I'll make sure it's 8 o'clock here, right? And do it. I don't think that they're much difference. Anybody knows? I've been to Mexico a couple of times.
Oh no, they're on the same time zone.
They're on the same time. Okay, so we'll be able to do to do Coffee with Friends from there and a couple of other things. So if anybody has any ideas, I have some ideas for some adult games and shit that I want to execute while we are there.
Be cautious, y'all. Anybody going? When she say I got adult games, just be
Yes,
warned.
I have adult games. I've already started making a list of activities and stuff that I want to do, right? And then for those that want to book excursions, they can book all the excursions through the travel agent, right? But I want to make sure that the trip is organized, right? And that we have a nice group. So I am excited that some of you guys have put your deposits down on the trip so far. All right. Now remember, it's double occupancy. So make sure for the best of your pocket that you have a roommate. I'm still looking for a roommate. My boo I don't think is going to the August trip, so I have to find a roommate. I think I have one roommate, but I don't know. I have to make sure that I lock in that roommate because I don't want to pay double occupancy for just my ass to be in the room, but I will if I need to. I'm going irregardless, right? But I'm still trying to lock down my roommate situation. Cheryl Lee said the message is that a black man don't mess with a white woman who is one of theirs. You are only allowed to have the white trash and the gold diggers. Johnny said, I want to say thank you for the members of Coffee with Friends. You all showed up in my inbox and comment section and showed the brother some love from this weekend. It was awesome, and congratulations from you all. Yes, I forgot. Johnny was on the fuck stage. Did y'all see him posted? Yes, y'all. Johnny Leon Hill was on stage this past weekend.
Big old smile, ear to ear.
Right.
He was doing what he loved.
Yep. We saw that. Congratulations,
so
Johnny. Hopefully, we will get more and more of that from you, right? I mean, do it up so big that we can buy tickets and shit and come and see you, right? I think this particular one was just for the weekend, so a lot of us couldn't make it. But the next time you're in something and we can support you, let us know. People's support goes many ways. We could just jump on his comment and say congratulations. We can go to a show. We can whatever. Support comes in many ways, and I love y'all on here. I do. Let me get IG back looking at this way because they're having a conversation. So wait, TJ was fired. Yes, Interior. TJ was fired. So you didn't even know. I didn't know he got the can. He did. Here is what I think. Wasn't it his wife that hired the PI? They tried to say that they were already getting a divorce, but come to find out that wasn't true. Oh, his wife hired a PI. Oh, the fuck. Chef, you say he stepped out of line. Black men need to stop messing with married women. Oh! But wait.
She said what she said.
She said what she said. She said, y'all motherfuckers need to stop messing with married women. Married white women, Chef, you said. Oh, because if it was a black woman, they wouldn't care. One of the things that Nia Long said was was it the Celtics? What team did her husband? It was the Celtics, right? What team did Nia Long's husband coach? Wasn't it the Celtics? I don't watch sports and all that shit. But she said one of the most disappointing things was the Celtics, when they accepted them originally when he got hired, they act like they were family. And one of the things that they did not do, they did not reach out to her or not once to ask her how her Boston Celtics, how her or her child was doing through this nightmare, right? That goes to tell you a lot of these people you think care for you, it's all about business. Okay. Nia Long had to go through that by herself, she said. Nobody from the Celtics called to check in on her. Period. Okay. And we still don't know what woman he messed with. They never really came out with a picture. Cheryl Lee said, right, you can't mess with their desired. I'm just saying, how are the women still intact in all of this and the men are being fired and moved around? There's a message here. I mean, come on. And my last commentary is Brittany Griner, y'all, all her locks are gone. She said she cut them to prepare for the winter, and I understood that because she was bound. She was locking down, ready to do her time in Russia, right? So she cut her dreads off to prepare for the winter, and people didn't understand that. Some people was commenting idiot things like, oh my God, don't hair keep you warm? Yes, hair keeps you warm, but first when you wash it, what happens? when you wash it, it's wet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's cold. And anybody that have locks know that them shits take a long time to dry. And her locks were long. So when she washed her locks and they're just hanging long and you're in Russia and it's freezing half to death, that hair is not keeping you warm. All right. So I understand why she cut her hair off. And it's only hair. It'll grow the fuck back. All she gotta do is twist them shits up. It'll be back in 6 months. All
Sometimes.
right. You said sometimes.
Sometimes it don't grow back.
Oh, that's right. For women too, because there's a lot of women out
That's
here.
what I'm
rocking the
saying.
George
Sometimes,
Jefferson.
sometimes it don't.
Sometimes it don't. Sometimes it don't. I can't. Johnny said, "Thank you, everyone at Amazon. When I get a clip, I will post it at I Am Jacinta. The dates for February 4th and 5th in Silver Springs, Maryland. Okay, so you're doing another show 4th and 5th. Johnny, you need to advertise this. Like, how do people buy tickets? People that are local to the area, they might want to go. You gotta advertise that.
Silver Springs
Even
is
on
not
Coffee
that
with
far
Friends.
from Jersey.
Right. I mean, I'm going to DC my birthday weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I do know Fire and One. I'm stopping at his restaurant, Anega Delights, and then I don't know what else I'm gonna do, but I am gonna be in DC for the weekend of my birthday. Yes. So maybe Johnny, I will ping you, and if you're around, I can say hi to you and the missus. But yes, Johnny, you need to do better. I'm glad you said it. Okay. Madison said we better get his autograph quick before he blows up. Right, Johnny? Can you send us t-shirts with your autograph on it? Stop playing around. Chef, you said washing locks in the winter is hard. I have locks and it's hard to maintain in the winter. Exactly, Chef, you. So I just wanted to put that out there because a lot of people are making some stupid ass comments about her cutting off her locks. And I'm just like, huh, what? Do y'all know how the fuck cold it is in Russia? Do y'all know how the fuck wet locks get? Like, seriously. All right. We're just glad to have her to fuck home. Okay. Period.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so with that, y'all, it is 9:10 a.m. And I want to say, keep moving in positive spirits. Keep reading your book. It didn't start with you. We will have another book reading. Remember to go on my link in my bio and attach yourself to the Discord server. Also, the link in my bio has the link to book the trip. It has the booking link there that you select. Now, I didn't get the NDA out yet, but this is how I'm probably going to have to handle the NDA. Everyone who puts a deposit down, I am going to be going to Avia, Aspire to More Travel, and get a list of who put their deposits down, right? And I'm going to collect their email addresses. Then I'm going to email you guys an NDA that you're going to respond to back in the email that says, I sign. And I'm going to store that in a mailbox specific for Cancun NDA, right? And I want to make sure I have everybody's response back. So I'm going to be leveraging Aspire to More Travel to give me who has their deposits, and I will be taking the information from there and sending out the NDAs that way. All right. It's just basically saying, please keep your content, anything that you find, like, don't, if somebody decides to get naked in the group, is what I'm saying, and it's not appropriate for you to take a picture and come back here and put it on social media, shit like that. And y'all might think it's petty that I gotta do this, but we gotta do it because some people, and when you go to places like Hedo and shit like that, they have those rules in the small right. And when y'all sign these trip and these hotel, when you go to adult resorts and you sign, read the small print. Okay. You're not supposed to take pictures of naked people. You're not supposed to go in there and be eyeballing. You're not supposed to go live and have these people on screen. So this is what I'm putting the NDA out for, because this is an adult resort and I don't know. If somebody decide to pop their titties out, please God, don't put them on live. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Let's be responsible and adult like and care for people's privacy, even though they're publicly out with their titties out in Cancun, but it's still their privacy. You know what I mean?
And let's all be adults, right?
Yeah.
Just everybody let them live. Let them do their
Exactly.
thing.
Yeah, let me live. My tits might be out. Let me live.
Don't
Mind your
sit there and giggle. Ooh, look.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. Interior said, I looked up the Hotel Rio and it's absolutely beautiful, Raw. I think we are going to have the best time. We are going to have the best time. The reason why we're going to this resort is because this resort just opened in November. And so we got time to get in there when everything is new and shit. right? Before it's years in the making, right? And so I'm excited about experiencing this hotel with you guys. All right. Okay. Thank you, I am Jacinta. I'm glad you understand that. All right. Amazon said, in other words, shut your ass up and drink water and mind your business. That's it. That's it. We need t-shirts that say that, right? And so another note for the NOLA committee, any ideas on what the t-shirt design should be, put it in the NOLA committee channel on Discord. Okay, what you think the t-shirt should look like, because I have to send images over to the graphic artist soon. And also for Cancun, same thing. I'm probably going to have tank tops, crop tops, and t-shirts for the guys for our Cancun soiree. And so that'll be another feat that we will be doing. And in the games that we're playing in Cancun, we'll have to come up with giveaways, okay? Because we got to do that, all right? And so I appreciate you motherfuckers. I do. We got a lot of stuff coming up, and I'm so glad that you guys are participating in all of it, okay? It is a gorgeous property. Amazon, I hope you're able to come, right? This is why I started the payment plan now for August in the summer, because I'm not trying to burden anybody. You put your $50 down, that by July, the balance has to be paid, right? And so it gives us time. The dates for NOLA is March 9th through the 12th. Okay, Johnny Leon Hill, March 9th through the 12th. I'm going to be there earlier. And with that, y'all, I'm out. But I have to go. Anybody get that low tire pressure warning on their car? When it gets real cold outside? What I got to do, y'all?
Put air in your tire.
I don't want to do it. I can't do it. I need a fucking man, y'all. I'm gonna drive my car. No, don't look at me like that. I'm fucking serious. See, this is the neediness in me. Like, I really have a problem. I really have an attitude that light came on in my car, because I keep driving by seeing these air pumps. And I'm like, first, now I got to read my tire to figure out what my air pressure is supposed to be in my tire. Then I don't have an air pressure thing to check my tire. The air pressure things at the gas
Most
station
of the
don't always
pumps
work.
have it. No, they usually have the thing, and it'll stop when it's full. Go to Wawa. Don't you got a Wawa by you?
Yeah.
The super Wawas always have the pumps that have you set the pressure and it stops when it's
It's
full. That's
cold
it.
outside. I was gonna drive my car to BJ, since that's who put my tires on, and tell them to fix it.
There you go.
Yeah, that's where I'm going today. I'm going to BJ, since I bought my tires from there. I'll be like, listen, I bought my tires here. They need air. They're gonna look at me like I'm crazy, but I tell y'all, this is one of the things that irritates me. Washing my car, dealing with maintenance on my car. All I want to do is drive my car. That's it, and that's all. I don't want to have to do all this extra shit. This is why I need a man to take care of my car. I'm just saying, don't judge me. We do have discount tires up here, but you know what they do? They try to make you buy new tires. I just put new tires on my car, and BJ's gives me a warranty and a guarantee. So these motherfuckers can put air in my tire. They're not going to charge me to do that. So I'm not going to worry. I'm going to go there and let them do it, because that's where my warranty is. Yeah, and I have a membership there, so they better do it for me for free. Oh, a good gas station have the pumps that will elevate your tire and will give you accurate amounts. I don't want to pay for it. I know Madison said Wawa or Raceway. I'm
Yeah.
going to BJ's. But thank you, y'all, for letting me know that. In the warm weather, I will do it. But we got snow outside. Anybody got snow?
No.
You don't have no snow?
No.
There is snow out my window. It's snow stuck on the ground, on the roofs, on the houses, all over people's cars, on the
Nothing.
ground.
Dry and sunny.
No, we got snow, so that's why I don't want to go and put air in my car, because there's snow and ice everywhere. I don't care. Anyway, y'all, get off my live. It's 9:17 a.m. I appreciate y'all joining Coffee with Friends. It's Monday. We all got jobs to do. I'm going to go and do mine. All right, y'all? And peace out. Thank you so much for joining. I'm going to give y'all an inspiration to go on about your business for the day, because that's what I do. Right? Thank you so much, Zen, for joining. Even when you feel. I appreciate y'all. Peace, y'all. I'm out. Yay. Even when you feel down, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, there's no hope, you can still go, y'all, right? This is what we're talking about. This is why Coffee with Friends is here. We support each other. We love up on each other, right? I'll see you guys tomorrow. Gone for now, but never forever. Get this message on the way out. My way or the highway.
And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I'm grind through the climb, I invite pain. You never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain
Anything you want. Oh, no snow? Okay. Let me show IG real quick. Madison.
With the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go.
I never answer to no man, I still go. And go. Peace, y'all. I had to show them the snow, y'all. It's snowing outside. Peace. I'm out. Gone for now, but never forever. Hey.